League of Legends. So here we have data on a sample of 26 male esport players. And for each one of them, we can deduce here that their testosterone levels was measured before and after a competitive e-game of League of Legends. And we can deduce that because it talks about an increase in their testosterone. Obviously, to figure out if there's any kind of change, then you must have two measurements for that, right? The before and the after. We know that clearly everybody here is doing the e-game competition, but we don't know whether that would be part of an experiment that would assign some individuals to do one thing and other to do something else. The details of the study are not made clear to us in this case. We are provided the summary for the study so that on average, so the X-bar diff for those 26 participants was 1.1 picogram per milliliter, and that the standard deviation S was 15.18 picogram per milliliter. So we are asked to obtain the 95% confidence interval for the corresponding population parameter. That means for the average change in testosterone level for all male esport players after a competitive e-game of something like League of Legends. This is going to be a one sample T confidence interval. So we go to statistics, T, one sample. And in this case, all we have is the summary statistics. So we're going to enter those. So we figured out that sample size N is 26. Our sample mean is 1.11. And our sample standard deviation is 15.18. This gives us a 95% confidence interval, which is the range negative 5.021 to positive 7.241. So we can interpret this confidence interval in context. Assuming that the conditions from this are met, we are 95% confident that men who play League of Legends competitively experience after a match a mean change in testosterone level or an average change in testosterone level. That is a value somewhere between -5 and positive 7.2 picogram per milliliter. So understand that men here means all men, not just this sample. So you could also say we are 95% confident that in the population of male esport players who play League of Legends competitively, the testosterone level changes by somewhere between -5 and positive 7.2 picogram per milliliter on average. So what does that tell us? What did we learn from this? So we don't know exactly what the value of mu change is in this population, but we are 95% confident that it is somewhere between -5 and positive 7.2 picogram per milliliter. So it could be a negative value, or it could be 0, or it could be a positive value. That means that the mean change could be a negative value, which means that on average in this population, men could experience a decrease in testosterone level. Or it could be 0, meaning that in this population, on average, men experience no change in their testosterone level. Or it could be a positive value, meaning that in this population, on average, men experience an increase in their testosterone level. So this is just completely inconclusive. We cannot tell what is happening here. Is there an increase? Is there a decrease? Is there no change on average? Well, based on the sample data, we are unable to conclude. It's inconclusive.